From translation, ISV International Standard Version. This 38th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Leviticus 19 to 21. Leviticus chapter 19, verses 1 to 37. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the entire congregation of the Israelites and tell them, you are to be holy because I, the Lord your God, am holy. Each of you must respect his mother and father, and you must keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Do not turn to idols, make for yourselves cast metal gods, or set up for yourselves a carved stone image to bow down to it, because I am the Lord your God. When you make a sacrifice of fellowship offerings to the Lord, you must offer it to be accepted for you. It must be eaten on the same day you offer it, or on the next day. Anything left over until the third day must be burned with fire. If it is eaten on the third day, it is a repulsive thing. It will not be accepted. Everyone who eats it will bear his iniquity, because he has desecrated what is holy to the Lord, and that person will be cut off from his people. When you reap the harvest of your land, you must not reap the corners of your field completely, nor must you gather the gleanings of your harvest. You must not strip your vineyard bare, or gather the fallen grapes of your vineyard. You must leave them for the poor and for the foreigner. I am the Lord your God. You must not steal, you must not deceive, and you must not lie to one another. You must not swear falsely by my name, so as to profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You must not oppress your neighbor, nor rob him. The wages of a hired worker must not remain with you until morning. You must not curse a deaf person, or put a stumbling block in front of a blind person, but you must fear your God. I am the Lord. You must not act unjustly in judgment. You must not be partial to the poor or show deference to the great, but you are to judge your neighbor fairly. You must not go around as a slanderer among your people, and you must not stand by the blood of your neighbor. I am the Lord. You must not hate your brother in your heart. You must surely rebuke your neighbor, so that you do not bear sin on account of him. You must not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the members of your community, but you must love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You are to keep my statutes. You must not breed two different kinds of your livestock, sow your field with two kinds of seed, or wear a garment made of two different kinds of material. If a man lies sexually with a woman who is a female slave, designated for another man, but who has not been redeemed nor given her freedom, there must be an inquiry. They must not be put to death because she was not free. The man, however, must bring a ram to the entrance of the tent of meeting as a guilt offering to the Lord. The priest will make atonement for him with the ram of the guilt offering before the Lord for his sin that he has committed, and he will be forgiven for the sin he committed. When you enter the land and plant any kind of fruit tree, you are to consider the fruit forbidden for 3 years. It is not to be eaten. In the 4th year, all its fruit must be consecrated as a festival for the Lord. Then in the 5th year you may eat its fruit, so that its yield may increase for you. I am the Lord your God. You must not eat anything with its blood, nor practice divination or sorcery. You must not cut the hair at the sides of your head or clip off the edges of your beard. You must not make any cuts in your body for a dead person, nor make any tattoo marks on yourselves. I am the Lord. You must not degrade your daughter by making her a prostitute, so that the land does not become corrupt and filled with immorality. You must keep my Sabbaths and show reverence for my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Do not turn to mediums or necromancers. Do not seek them out to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. You are to rise in the presence of the elderly, and you are to show respect for the aged. You are to fear your God. I am the Lord. When a foreigner resides with you in your land, you are not to mistreat him. You are to treat the foreigner who resides with you the same as the native born among you, and you are to love him as yourself, for you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You must not cheat in measurements, either in length, weight, or volume. You must have accurate scales, accurate weights, an accurate ephah, and an accurate hin. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You are to keep all my statutes and all my ordinances, and to do them. I am the Lord. Leviticus chapter 20, verses 1 to 27. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Say to the Israelites, any one of the Israelites, or any foreigner residing in Israel, who gives any of his children to Molech must be put to death. The people of the land are to stone him with stones. I myself will set my face against that man, and cut him off from his people, because he has given one of his children to Molech, defiling my sanctuary and profaning my holy name. If the people of the land do anything to hide their eyes from that man when he gives one of his children to Molech, so that they do not put him to death, then I will set my face against that man and against his family, and will cut him off and all who follow him to commit prostitution by worshipping Molech from among their people. If a person turns to mediums and necromancers to prostitute himself by following them, I will set my face against that person and cut him off from his people. You must consecrate yourselves and be holy, because I am the Lord your God. You must keep my statutes and do them. I am the Lord who sanctifies you. Anyone who curses his father or mother must be put to death. He has cursed his father or mother, his blood is on him. If a man commits adultery with a married woman, if he commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, both the adulterer and the adulteress must be put to death. If a man lies with his father's wife, he has uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them must be put to death, their blood is on them. If a man lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them must be put to death. They have committed a perversion. Their blood is on them. If a man lies with a male as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They must be put to death, their blood is on them. If a man takes a wife and her mother as well, it is depravity. They must be burned with fire, both he and they, so that there may be no depravity among you. If a man has sexual relations with an animal, he must be put to death, and you must kill the animal. If a woman approaches any animal to have sexual relations with it, you must kill the woman and the animal. They must be put to death, their blood is on them. If a man takes his sister, his father's daughter or his mother's daughter and sees her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, it is a disgrace. They must be cut off in the sight of their people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness, he will bear his iniquity. If a man lies with a woman during her menstrual period and uncovers her nakedness, he has laid bare her flow, and she has uncovered the source of her flow. Both of them must be cut off from among their people. You must not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister or your father's sister, for he has uncovered his close relative. They will bear their iniquity. If a man lies with his aunt, he has uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They will bear their sin, they will die childless. If a man takes his brother's wife, it is impurity. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness, they will be childless. You must keep all my statutes and all my ordinances, and do them, so that the land where I am bringing you to live will not vomit you out. You must not follow the statutes of the nation that I am driving out before you, because they did all these things, and I abhorred them. So I told you that you would possess their land, and I would give it to you as an inheritance, a land flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, who has set you apart from the peoples. You are to make a distinction between clean animals and unclean ones, and between unclean birds and clean ones. You must not make yourselves detestable by any animal, or by any bird, or by anything that crawls on the ground that I have set apart for you to be unclean. You are to be holy to me, because I the Lord am holy, and I have set you apart from the peoples to be my own. Now, a man or a woman who is a medium or a necromancer must be put to death. They must be stoned with stones. Their blood is on them. Leviticus chapter 21, verses 1 to 24. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and tell them, a priest must not make himself ceremonially unclean for any dead person among his relatives, except for his closest relatives, his mother, his father, his son, his daughter, and his brother. He may also make himself unclean for his unmarried sister, who is near to him because she has had no husband. For her he may make himself unclean. He must not make himself unclean as a husband among his people, so that he does not profane the sanctuary of the Lord. They must not make bald patches on their heads, shave off the edges of their beards, or make cuts in their bodies. They must be holy to their God and not profane the name of their God, because they present the food offerings to the Lord, the food of their God. They must be holy. They must not marry a woman who is a prostitute or who has been defiled, nor shall they marry a woman divorced from her husband, because the priest is holy to his God. You must consecrate him, because he presents the food of your God. He will be holy to you, because I, the Lord, who sanctify you, am holy. The daughter of any priest who profanes herself by prostitution profanes her father. She must be burned with fire. The high priest, the one among his brothers who has had the anointing oil poured on him, and who has been consecrated to wear the garments, must not uncover his head or tear his clothes. He must not go to any dead body, nor make himself unclean for his father or for his mother, nor leave the sanctuary, or profane the sanctuary of his God, because the consecration of the anointing oil of his God is on him. I am the Lord. He must marry a woman who is a virgin. A widow or a woman divorced from her husband, or one who has been defiled, or a prostitute, he must not marry. He is to marry a virgin of his own people, so that he will not profane his offspring among his people. For I am the Lord who sanctifies him. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Say to Aaron, none of your descendants throughout their generations who has a physical defect may come near to offer the food of his God, because no one who has a defect may come near. A man who is blind or lame, or has any facial disfigurement or deformed limb, or who has a foot or hand that is too short or too long, or who has a broken leg or arm, or who is a hunchback or a dwarf, or who has a defect in his eye, or has a festering rash or scabs or crushed testicles. No descendant of Aaron the priest who has a physical defect may come near to present the Lord's offerings by fire. He has a physical defect. He must not come near to offer the food of his God. He may eat the food of his God, both the most holy and the holy things, but he must not go near the curtain or approach the altar, because he has a physical defect, so that he will not profane my sanctuaries. I am the Lord who sanctifies them,